Okay, so this is going to be a tutorial. I am going to try and explain what I'm doing, but also I'm setting myself the challenge that I'm not going to take forever doing this. Let me just very quickly set up my screen. So there is a time limit. I'm gonna try and do this under an hour at least. This video won't be an hour long. Anyway, so let's jump into cast to see which hairs I am going to be using. So let's make a female one because I like those, and that's what I do mostly. Let's go to hair. Let's not start from the top, let's start from the bottom because the top I've seen many times. Nope. Which ones would be fun to combine? Scrolling. Right. Oh, yes. Actually, I really do like these bangs. I never actually use this hairstyle just because I'm not a big fan of bows in hair. Now, don't get me wrong, I used to wear bows in my hair quite a lot, mostly in uni. And then suddenly I graduated and I had to adult. And then suddenly I didn't like bows anymore. I was not allowed to wear it anymore. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and use these bangs. So I'll save that project as bangs. And I chose red. Why not, eh? Try a different color because usually I only try that that honey blonde or the brown. So yeah, and the problem with this hairstyle is as well is that the bandana, the color for the bandana is in the swatch itself, which means that it's very difficult to combine with clothes for your sim. So I'll use the bangs and I'll see if I can find a different hair for it. But let's export the PNG. Go, and then we shall grab the mesh. Can I just point out that this color right here, right, the swatch color, that's nothing like that. That looks nothing alike. Okay. I'm not explaining what I'm doing at all. Okay, so for the next one, being it a tutorial, I am going to try and explain. So female, adult, hair. Oh, not gloves. Hair. And okay, so scrolling, what would be good to combine this with? I do like this season's hair, but it's already got bangs and they're kind of different, and I'm not trying to, seeing as I'm on a time limit, I am not trying to make this too hard for myself. No. Ooh, no, maybe a bob or something. Okay. God, there are a lot of base game hairs, by the way. I'm getting a little bit of a overworked finger from scrolling. It needs to be easy to combine as well, let's be honest, if I'm giving myself a time limit here. Oh, I do like this romantic garden pack hair. It might look nice with bangs. Yeah, let's go with that one. Okay, so clicking on it, going to next. Then I'm going to save this as loose hair. Save. Then it's going to open the object in here. Oh, this is lovely. Then I'm going to export the PNG because I'll be needing it later. Not right now though. And then I'm going to go to mesh, export mesh in the LOD1 or level of detail, 0, sorry, not 1, 0. And that is the highest level of detail. And then I said export my file. Cool, let's open it. So this is the UV image editor. So they're two separate screens and this is the 3D view. So I'm just going to hide the image editor by grabbing those stripes at the bottom and sliding it over. And then there's a certain setup that I like. You don't have to do that, but I like it that way. So I'm going to press T to hide the toolbar on the side. I'm going to press 5 to go into orthographic view. And before I press anything else, actually, I'm going to put my screencast keys on so you can see in the bottom here exactly what I'm doing. So when I'm turning around her, you can see on there, on this little mouse thingy, that I'm pressing the scroll button. Anyway, and the other thing that I like, just press 1 to go into front view, is to go to display and switch off the X and the Y and the grid, just because I can show you the grid floor. See the grid floor? I find it a little bit annoying. I find it a bit nicer if it's not there. So I've just hidden that, and then I'm going to press N, and that's going to hide that toolbar. I can even squidge this in a little bit just to give myself a bit more space. So Shift, and then I can just move it with the middle mouse button as well. Yeah, not with the other ones. Okay, let's press N again to go into front view, and you can see that because the grid appears as well. And this little thingy, that's just the cursor, so don't worry about that. And then we're just going to decide which one is the main hair. So these are the head cuts. I'm just going to delete them for now. If I run out of time, I may need to use those for my hat cuts, but for now I'll be using, if I have time, I might use create my own. Anyway, enough babbling, so let's get started. So this is the hair. I'm guessing I'm going to have to delete the top here, but let's for now. So we're in object mode right here. Let's go to file, append, and get the bangs. I don't know which one is the full hair and which ones are the hat cuts, so I'm just going to append all of them by shift clicking and left mouse clicking on them. And then I get an extra set of bones and an extra rig, so I'm just going to delete those by right mouse clicking on them and deleting them. And 3 I think was, yeah, that was the main hair. Are you a 3 as well? No, you're a hat cut, so let's delete that one, and that is the main hair, so that means that this is the hat cut. So let's delete everything that I don't want from this hair. So let's go into edit mode. You can access that through this, or you can press tab. As you can see here, it says what I'm clicking on my keyboard. Let's get started. I'm just going to press 3 to go on to side view, and I just want to keep the bangs, so I could go for, do I want to keep the hairline? Let me just see. Well, at least the yeah. Yeah. And I'll keep this just for now on the side as well, just in case. So Studio Mesh 2, let's tab into edit mode, and let's delete everything and go from the bangs, I guess, because that would be less things to select. Well, and this is so I can see through the mesh, this little button right here, and that just allows me to select those things that it wouldn't select before, and I'm pressing L and hovering over which areas I want to select. And the reason why it is selecting chunks, these are all disconnected by seams at the moment, and that's why I can use L to select different bits like that. Oh, I forgot the back. Good one, thank you for reminding me. Boop, the back, and I'll take this as well, and I think that just in case I'll grab this. No, not that bit, don't want that bit. So I'm on a Mac, so I pressed Command Z to undo. I definitely will not be needing this, so I'm pressing C to get the circular selection tool, and then with my scroll mouse button I'm going to deselect all of things that I don't think I'll be needing. And then I'm going to go to select, inverse, and then that selected everything I don't want. Then I'm going to press X, and that's going to delete all those vertices for me, which leaves me with just the bangs and a little bit of side stuff, just in case I need it. Then I'm going to get, oh yes, so the bangs go this way, so technically the side part should be on that side, but it's currently is not. So I could do one of two things. I could either swap the bangs, which is a little bit more work, or I could swap the hair. So because I'm giving myself a time limit, I'm just going to swap the hair. So I'm going to press size X -1, and that's flipped it, but as you can see it looks really weird because that's also put all the faces on the inside, so there are no faces on the outside. Basically the faces are pointing inwards rather than outwards, and we want the faces to point outwards, also referred to as the normals. So I'm gonna press T to get this bar again, and I'm going to go into edit mode. which as you can see here, it says normals. And then we're going to say flip direction. And then if I press, oh, I'm just going to hide the toolbar. If I get out of edit mode again, you can see that now the normals are on the correct side. Yeah, the bangs are going to cover this, so I can basically get rid of this hairline here, so that's fine. That's why I chose to flip this hair rather than the bangs. So let's press L to select that, and X, and delete the vertices, and then I'm going to delete U. Actually, hang on, this middle bit is annoying me, so I'm just, with A you select or deselect, by the way. I'm just going to select this bad boy here by pressing L again, and then I'm going to press H to hide it, just because it was in my way. I couldn't see. Okay. Let's press L to select that. Can you select that for me, please? Please? No? Okay. There we go. Let's get rid of that. X to delete the vertices. Yeah, this one's going to have to go. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. How much of a gap am I dealing with here? Ooh. 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 Ugh. Quite a bit. Okay, so this one I shall just push back until it's over there, so that's fine. Let's go to this side. Okay, so I think I'm ready to remove the doubles on this one. So let's select everything, press W and remove the doubles. And that removes all the seams that I was talking about earlier. So now if I press L, I can't select individual items because this has now become an entire thing, which is why you will want to do the individual selecting first, because I can't do that anymore now. But now at least I can move things around without creating a whole bunch of seams that I then have to fix. No, I don't want that one. I want proportional editing. I'm going to set connected, and then I'm going to move it, and with my middle mouse button I'm going to determine the fall off, and then I press G. And now I'm just sort of pushing that hair back. I'm happy with that. Lovely. I'm already liking where this hair is going. So let's move you. And with the middle mouse scrolling button, great way of telling you what it was. I'm just adjusting the fall off again. What am I going to do here? Actually, let me just get rid of this, because then I can what do I want to do with this? Sorry, it's very late while I'm doing this, so my brain is kind of like half on. There we go. And then I connect that, and then I can connect that later. And this is a nice little swoosh here. I'm happy with that. That is okay. Create a bigger fall off. There we go. Okay, so let's put that off and see what that looks like if I attach it to this one. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, actually. I can live with that. That's fine. Let's move this just a little bit to make sure that that doesn't look weird. Okay. And then, oops, and then I'm going to grab these. Oh, and if you want to select multiple ones, so right click on any vertice to select it. And if you then hold while you're right clicking, you can move it around, but I literally never use that, and I find it annoying when it happens, but you can. But if you right click and then press shift, you can select multiple ones. Connected. Actually, let's go on absolute side view, which doesn't matter actually because I'm using the handles. So these handles represent the Z axis, which is up and down, the X axis, which means sideways, and then the Y axis, which means forward or backwards. And I was actually using these handles to move it around. So whatever view I'm in doesn't really matter because because I'm using the handles to move it around on its respective axes. I need to see through the mesh. Bring this up a bit, forwards a bit, because then I can get rid of this, and I probably will need this actually. Actually, I probably will. Okay, let's just sort of tuck this behind her ear. I just made that fall off really big, so I could do that. Is that messed up this? Yeah, a little bit. Let's grab that back, make a smaller fall off, bigger, smaller fall off. So I'm going to attach that to this swoosh. I don't know if you can see this swoosh. And then this will just be here like it's tucked behind the ear. And then this will all disappear behind the ear. So let's do that. Because obviously we're dealing with that shoe. Yes, let's get rid of these. I don't think I will need them. Is this attached to anything important? It's just attached to more of that. And I won't be needing this. So, deleting the vertices. Now basically I want this one to go over here. So let's turn proportional editing off and turn the magnet back on. And then push that over. So what is this exactly? I wonder. So this is the face select tool. This is the edge select tool. You can select edges. I think I just bumped the mic, sorry. And this is if you want to select the, oops. See, it's if you grab it, it annoys me. It annoys me. So now I've selected a face with face select mode, and I'm going to go X, and instead of vertices, which is what I've been using before, I'm going to go faces, because I don't know where these are. Oh, they were the back. They belong to that bit, which is a separate thing. Let's actually grab these, put proportional editing back on. And I've put it on connected rather than all. So it pulls the connected ones. So it should also pull these. Let's go to edge and select this edge and pull that back. I do not know what is going on here. Who are you? You need to come to the side, I think. Yes. Okay, this is starting to make sense again. Yes. Okay. Oops. So if you twirl around things, it will basically twirl. Great description. If you rotate around things, I've got it so that it rotates around the selection, which is something that you need to enable in the settings. So that's why if I select something weird at the back there, it's going to select around there, and sometimes that's a bit annoying. I'll just pull the bangs out actually. Will I? So the bangs are still two separate objects, so let's also remove the doubles from that one. Let me just hide. So if in edit mode you want a certain portion of the mesh not to be affected by what you're doing, a good way to do that, so the hairline is very fragile. If you put that in the wrong place, it's gonna look very strange very quickly in game. So I'm just going to hide mine, and that way anything that I do in edit mode won't be affected by it. Then I'm just going to grab this little floof here, and I'm going to pull it over this hair strand. And now that is over that, and if I Alt H unhide my thing, then this hairline should be unaffected, which it is. That's great. That is great. The only thing is, because I removed the doubles, I can no longer use L to select portions of the mesh, so I have to remove this bit manually now. Oh, so I pressed Z and I went into wireframe mode. I can just change that here. That was a mistake. I meant to press X. They're right next to each other. Okay, hang on. Let me just go to the front, because the other side here is messing up my view. So I use B to get the box select tool. I'm just selecting half the hair there and hiding it so it's not in my face. You two actually go away when I'm trying to look at this here. So I'll attach these together. So that means that anything over here can go. Okay, and then if I attach you to, let's turn this one off, put my magnet back on, attach you to that one. There is still a gap here. Let me attach you to this one. What? No. To this one. Oh. And then there shouldn't be a gap. No. Okay. And then I'm going to attach this to the bangs. Okay. 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 I can do this. So let's unhide for a sec. So it's time to join these two hairs together. I'm not sure if I like that floof sticking out quite that much. Actually, no, I don't. I just don't like this, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Let's just, oh, hang on. Let me just hide this part of the hairline because I don't want it to be affected at all. Hide. And now I can move all of this inwards. Oh, hang on. I've got my magnet on and I want this. Okay. Now I'm just being finicky and actually I gave myself a time limit. So it's Alt H to unhide and going to object mode, I'm going to actually make one more slight adjustment. You and you. SX. I'm going to create a bigger fall off. Do I like that? Yes. You know, I'm getting some Mary Jane vibes from this. Oh, this is all very, it's become very blocky. Let's hide this for a second. See if I can use the smooth tool to smooth that. If that will help. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I haven't selected anything weird. No, okay, so let's go W and smooth. Oh yes, that is definitely helping. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Brilliant. Now I'm finally ready to append these. So I'm in object mode. I'm gonna go select and select, hover in the screen and press Ctrl J to join. So now these two are merged and now I just need to make it look nice. Oh dear me. Okay, so, and you can be there too. Brilliant. And now you can see that this has a lot more faces than this here. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of shimmying vertices around, cutting extra vertices and stuff. I kind of don't need these, do I? Let's just get rid of them. There we go. So 1, 2, 3 extra vertices. Where are you? You're all the way over here. Okay, that's fine. Let's just pull you up where I can see you. So I'm going to cut this face 3 times so I can get the exact number of vertices. Putting my magnet back on. Oh, hang on, what happened there? And then I need, what do I need here? 2 more here, so let's cut that again. And then I think if I pull you over there, like it's kind of like falling over, does that look weird? No, that's okay, I can get away with that. I can get away with that. Let's hide you though. Okay, perfect. So that solved that crisis. And you can see here again that there's like a billion faces and there's only one of that here. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 cuts. Putting my magnet back on. Oh, I probably shouldn't have attached that one yet because I need to do that again here. You can go to that one, so that means that I need to cut this one once. You can go to you. Then I think you can be deleted. Yes, because you can go to that one. You can be deleted. And then this one cannot, because that one is going to go to here. Okay. Let's very quickly fix this then. What is going on here? I have some vertexes here that can go. Let me just move it. That one can go there, and then I need 2 cuts. Actually, I'm going to move the bangs towards the hair, actually. I think that's a better move in this case. Hello. Actually, that can be deleted. I can do this. And then I'm going to cut this face in 2. And move the bang. Not meant to hide it. I meant to move it. Move it, move it, move it. Move it, move it, move it. Oh, and that's just undone all that work I've done there. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's turn this off and turn that back on. Okay, so that's one side done. Other side. I'm just trying to make it so that they don't clip through each other. Now let's attach this. I want to be able to see, please. Actually, these can go. Did I really want to delete that one? Maybe not this one, because then I can attach that to that. Yes, so I can do this. It's a bit of a puzzle. A little bit of a puzzle. You can go here. And then I need to cut this once. Oh, thank you. That's the first time that right-click dragging was useful. I swear, never ever in my life has it been useful. Don't know what kind of English that was, but you get what I mean, right? And that has filled it. Well, there's no more gaps, so I'm happy. Okay, perfect. Let's unhide, Alt-H. And then that is the mesh of the hair finished. It's quite nice. I'm definitely getting the Mary Jane vibe. So, that is the hair done. I have not yet made hat cuts, and because I flipped the direction of this one, I will most definitely need to flip the direction of that UV map. So let's have a very quick look at it. Let's look at the damage. How bad is it? So there's 2 UV maps for hair. There's UV map 0 and a UV map 1. The UV map 0 is for the color that we see on top of it, right here. I'll just squidge both of them half and half, and then I can just combine the 2 textures. But anyway, that is where the texture usually goes. Well, usually, always. And then this is UV map number 1. This is looking very much like a very big mess. And I wonder why. Is that normal? Did you always look like that? I wonder. Let's grab you. So this one's flipped. So let's just grab that and say SX minus 1. Now that is flip 2. Because the UV map 1 determines how it affects the sliders, which also connects to vertex paint, which you cannot see like this. Let me just go to solid. So it's all green. That means that it all moves with the sliders. But I think that me flipping the UV map for this hair fixed that. Go back to edit mode. Now I can see everything. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because these are 2 separate hairs, and this is the bangs, and I just need to move this. Hang on, before I do that, let me just export this entire file, but this isn't the right measurements, so I'm just going to open, and I'm going to export UV layout as it is now, combination. And now I'm going to adjust it. So let me just grab this. And you don't need to be selected. You, sir, do. Then I'm going to SX.5. And then I'm going to press GX to move it along the x-axis. I think there's an eye in here actually. Usually that would be an eye. Let me just open something else. Yeah, that's an eyeball, so I can't put it on that. I have to move it a little bit to the side. There we go. Let's grab the other hair. SX.5. GX. Move you to the side. Now I think that still like overlaps now, doesn't it? Yes, very much. But it doesn't need to go that far actually. I can just move it over here. You're not overlapping. You're not overlapping. And this is not overlapping. Great. La. Perfect. And then we've got this random, that's the circle in the middle. Okay, export. Okay, so those are my 2 UVs. Let's grab them. Loose hair, bangs, combination original, combination changed. Put all of those into Photoshop. Okay, so here we are in Photoshop. Here I have all my images. I'm just going to double the images in size for now, just so I get quite high quality, high resolution, I mean. That's that one. Let's also do that for this one. Then I'm going to do the same for my UV layout. Okay, I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to go to edit and fill it gray. That's fine. Then with left mouse click on it, shift to grab both layers, and then I'm going to drag that into the next one. Zoom out whilst holding Alt. Just making sure that is exactly where I want it to be. Nope. Yes. Okay. Then I can get rid of that one. Then I'm going to select that layer as well and drag them all into this one. Okay, now I've got everything in one layer. These are the UV layouts, so let's move them, oops, over there. That one can go because that was just so I knew where everything was on the page, on my file. Okay, what's what? This is the adjusted one. Adjusted UV, and this is the original one. UV. I clearly cannot, I don't care how it's spelled, if no one cares. And the bangs should be easy enough to recognize because those had the bandana. So let's go to the original UV. I can grab the select one tool, go on original UV, and now it's selected everything outside. I'm gonna go, actually not right click, I'm gonna go to select, Am I? No, I am going to right click. Sorry, when I'm explaining it, it's different. Select inverse, and that's selected all of that now. Then I'm going to go to my bandana layer, and I am going to, well, I don't actually need the hairline at all, so let's not use that one. So Alt to deselect. And I don't really remember what's what, so problem for later. And now I'm gonna hover on this layer, and if I do, actually I'm gonna do one more step. I'm gonna modify, expand by 2 pixels. Actually, I think it can be 5 because this is quite a big file. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then I'm going to copy. No, actually, I wanted to cut it. Let's cut it. Let's be bold. So this is the hairline that I'll be using. Those is from the bangs. Those is from the bangs. Sure. Sure. And let's delete everything else that I don't need from that hairline. Okay. So now we have the adjusted UV right here. This one, free transformation, and we're going to go with 50% and press enter and press enter. And actually I wanted to do that with the original as well, so let's copy it. Sorry, I'm being a little bit all over the place, but I'm trying to see how I can be as non-destructive as possible. So now these two should be in the same. They are totally not in the same place, if I do say so. So let's just grab that original UV and move it. Okay, I think that is in the right spot. So let's grab these two and let's turn adjusted UV on. And then now we can move those two to the side until it matches with the adjusted UV. Brilliant. Let's turn the original UV off. You can get rid of that layer. I can grab the adjusted UV, select around it, select inverse, select modify, expand by 5. Then I'm going to go back to this one, this layer. Hang on, select inverse again so I can delete everything around it. Great. So that was that layer. Now we're going to repeat the exact same thing for this layer, which is the hair. So let's go around this, select inverse, select modify, expand by 5. I'm gonna go, oops, what happened? I'm gonna go to this layer, sorry, select inverse. I don't know why I didn't need to inverse it the first time around. Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. Now I've got this. Now I'm gonna grab both of these. I'm gonna go to edit, free transformation, go 50%, and now that I'm doing them together, they should probably, I wouldn't have to align them. Great. Okay, there is my adjusted UV. So let's move the original and my new layer to lay over that, and then that should be both of those adjusted. So let's get rid of that, go to adjusted UV again, grab my selection tool, select, and now instead of expanding I'm going to contract because I'm not actually going to inverse it. So that's selected the same. I'm going to go here and delete. Okay. Let me move that all the way to the bottom. Then I can get the UV out, and let's save that as my new combination diffuse. Save. Okay. And now if you want to see it in Blender, change the image size. Because we're going to be doing a lot more work in Blender to create the hat cuts and stuff, make sure that the weight paint is okay. I'm just going to change the material in Blender itself. So this will be a material, so we can see the actual effect and the hair doesn't look weird. So I'm just going to do that there. Material. Hang on. Material. You know what? I completely forgot to change the hue of the red, but that's fine. Okay. Material. Open. Now you can't see it on here. You can still see the old UV map here because it still has a different material. But I can hide this for now. And then if I go here to the world tab, it's got a couple of diffuse maps because it had where do I go to? Image, because it was two combined hairs. That was why. So let's go new, image or movie, open, and then I want my material. And to be honest, I don't know why that didn't work. Let's try image or movie, open, combination, diffuse. Oh, okay. This one does work. Don't know why the other one didn't work. That was so weird. But now you can't see anything on the hairline because there's no face on this one. So this is a PNG, so it doesn't know what's happening there. So I can see that there's a little issue here. Let me just fix that. So, but anyway, that's all that I have time for in this video. So I'm going to leave this part here, and then I guess in the next part we will do all the other stuff that we need to do to get this game ready. But overall, this is not too bad for a Frankenmesh. I really like this hair. I'm going to call it Mary Jane. I don't think Mary Jane ever in comics or film has this hair, but it's giving me the Mary Jane vibe. Anyway, see you in the next part.